I'm Eric D'Amato.
And I am Matt.
And something occurred to me.
What's up?
When this video is coming out, it's 2022.
Fuck.
That means Salad Fingers is 20 years old.
It hasn't been that long, has it?
Yeah, 2002 is when
my
Spoons
God.
came out. I rewatched Salad Fingers. Like, all of it in a sitting.
Oh, good lord.
Like, including the new stuff, like a Glass Brother and...
Okay, yeah.
You know, that, and Market. And... Fuck, that show's good.
Yeah, hey, Salad Fingers is definitely something that I think has stood the test of time, surprisingly.
I like rusty spoons. I like the feeling of rust against my salad fingers.
What a fucking weird concept it was.
You know who he reminds me of?
What's up?
Like, his mannerisms and how he speaks and everything?
Nah, hit me with it.
Do you think Salad Fingers might be Butters?
He might be Butters. he might be Butters.
Like, and the theme song to it. You know, in the first episode?
Oh, yeah.
That song is called Beware the Friendly Stranger. Which is from an old Canadian Film Board PSA.
Oh, dear God.
Which is about not to go and get in cars with strangers because they'll abduct and rape you. And there's a robot talking cat. And he's a good guy.
Like, you said Canadian Film Board. I believe you.
Look, when
a lot of fucked up shit comes from that, okay?
The Canadian Film Board can be a mixed bag. You can either get The Cat Came Back, which is wholesome but also pretty dark because it involves him being killed.
Yeah.
Or you can just go down, like, creepypasta rabbit holes you don't want to deal with.
Yeah, fucking basically, dude.
But we are unfortunately not talking about Salad Fingers today.
I forgot we were talking about a movie today. What?
Even though that might be an interesting experiment.
What, just like cover all of Salad Fingers?
Yes.
I wouldn't say no.
Like, maybe do like a riff on, maybe not a riff, but like a review of it. Not analyze it, because...
No, just like talk about the experience or whatever.
Yeah. Like, because I saw the Mad Pat ones, and I don't necessarily agree with his take on it. I like the post-apocalyptic idea.
It'd be fun to watch Salad Fingers again.
Hello there, young child. I'd like to inquire about your spoons. Because remember that all they do is scream. Except Mabel.
Except for Mabel.
And, okay, I gotta say this before we get into what we're watching. Matt.
Yeah.
Pat. Oh. Not you, Matt. Pat. Matt. You did this whole thing about him, like, being his, like, mental illness thing. But in the one episode where someone actually speaks to him in words he's not creating, and he has a nervous breakdown because of it, and you don't touch on this? Dude!
Matt Pat's an odd creative mind. I could just put it at that.
He wants to be the next host of Jeopardy.
He sure does.
You are not worthy to carry Alex Trebek's tie clip.
I don't think anyone is.
Alex Trebek, sorry. At least the next one should be Canadian. That's the law.
Agreed.
Jeopardy
Agreed.
must be Canadian.
Agreed.
Anyway.
Yeah, what the fuck are we talking about today?
We've talked about a lot of killer movies.
Yeah.
We've had killer toys. Far too many of those, actually.
Far too many.
We had a killer Santa.
Yeah.
We've had your average masked killers, your burned killers, your less interesting masked killers. your mass killers with chainsaws. We've had killer laundry folders. I think we've had killer cars. We've had...
If we haven't, we're going to.
Oh, definitely. We've had killer VHS tapes. We've had...
It's been a while. Have you had a killer tire yet?
Oh, yeah, we've definitely had the killer tire.
Killer tire's up there.
Killer Tire was surprisingly an actually amazing movie.
It's so fun.
Lots and lots of zombies.
Lots of zombies and demons.
Various killer cops.
Various samurai cops.
Unfortunately, that's just real cops these days.
Yeah.
We've had killer ghosts, killer monkeys, killer tigers, but tigers don't screw with tigers.
Just don't fuck with tigers.
We've had killer Rottweilers. We've had with metal faces. We've had killer Mila Kunises.
Didn't we have like killer war werewolves?
Yes, we had dog soldiers.
Yeah.
We had killer hobos with shotguns. We've had killer zombie Nazis. We've had Bionicles, which I'm assuming kill people at some point.
If not, they killed other Bionicles.
We've had killer boats, which are sequels to other killer boats. We've had killer giant worms. We've had cats killing other cats. And we've had all sorts of aliens and all sorts of monsters.
We've covered a lot of crap.
But we've never touched on something which I think is like an interesting potential for horror.
Ooh.
And that's scarecrows.
Oh, scarecrows creep me the fuck out. I'll say it now.
Oh yeah, I'm just gonna hazard a guess here. You're afraid of mannequins, right?
Yeah.
Same thing. It's the same thing, but slightly more overtly disturbing as scarecrows, because it's almost human.
Yeah, exactly.
But enough not human. It's enough not human.
Yeah, exactly. That's it.
No, there are a few killer scarecrow movies I found. There's one called Dark Night of the Scarecrow, which was made in the 80s, but that's not actually a scarecrow. That's a guy dressed as a scarecrow.
Ah, okay.
Kind of a la Jason's first appearance.
Sure.
So that's not really exactly what we were looking for. But I did find one made in the 90s.
Ooh.
Oh boy! Called just Night of the Scarecrow.
Night of the Scarecrow.
We've also had a lot of Night of movies. Night of the Creeps, Night of the Demons, Night of the Living Dead. A group of drunk teenagers accidentally set free the spirit of a Warlock, which possesses a Scarecrow. The Scarecrow goes on a bloody rampage, killing the descendants of the men who had killed the Warlock a century before. A newcomer and the daughter of the mayor try to stop it before it is too late, and the Warlock can reincarnate.
I think it's the biggest description I've had for a movie, like for Mindbreakers, in a while. Most of them have been a line.
Yeah. This is horror sci-fi, 5.3 out of 10. 1995, rated R, at an hour and 25 minutes. Stars basically nobody I've heard of.
Alright.
Yeah, I don't know any of these people.
Well, I mean, sometimes it's one and done, Killer Scarecrow, though. I'm kind of down.
Yeah, scarecrows are cool.
Yeah, I like the idea of it.
The only we usually just see for scarecrows Batman villains or brainless Oz inhabitants.
Sure.
Anyway, without further ado, because we've had a lot of ado, Scarecrow.
Scarecrow.
Night of the Scarecrow. Let's go.
I saw something.
What do you mean? It was an accident. What the hell else could it be?
But what if it wasn't an accident?
Jeez, you look like you just saw a ghost.
It's like they're protecting some nasty little secret, but nobody knows what it is.
This is hysteria running out of control.
2, maybe 3 murders in the last 2 nights. It's not being done by a man at all.
Go
alone, Carly. They're all gonna be dead when we get them.
Come back.
Dad?
He will become human again.
Dad?
No one can stop his power.
Okay, that was a little disappointing, I gotta say.
Yeah, I'm like very, very half and half on this movie. Like, some things are good, and then the others are just blah.
Yeah. It's like,
Oh, it's weird.
it would have, for me at least, it would have worked better as a movie and been actually scary if the Scarecrow didn't talk.
Yeah, that was weird. I didn't like that.
Like, it's him talking. It would have just been better, like shambling more like a Scarecrow,
Sure, yeah.
and maybe ditch the magical powers.
He did have magical powers, didn't he?
Because it seems a little too much like the first draft of the Brendan Fraser Mummy movie, but with a Scarecrow instead. Like, the similar backstory, too. It's the Mummy, but it's a Scarecrow.
You're right.
And, like, I don't know, a killer with magical powers isn't scary because magic's not scary.
Yeah.
Like, the few kills he has, like, with the pitchfork and the sickle, they're pretty cool, but, like, with the vines and everything and hay, it's a little too weird.
Yeah, I can feel that, I guess, yeah.
And it doesn't help, though, when he talks. He just kind of, the way, like, because his mouth moves and everything, he just looks like he should be a Power Rangers Monster of the Day from Mighty Morphin.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm getting pumpkin wrapper vibes from this thing.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right.
It also doesn't help that he looks like a putty.
He does look like a putty.
I don't know, it would have been so much better and cheaper, frankly, because this movie doesn't have a good budget, and there's that really odd scene where he CGI morphs through a hay bale, which didn't need to exist.
I thought I made that up. I'm not gonna lie.
Like, you could have just made him just a Scarecrow. You wouldn't have to have the mouth move. It could literally just be a sack over his head, and he'd be creepier.
Yeah, 100%.
So, we begin with a town.
As most movies do.
It's a farming community. Small town. Looks like your Haddonfield or your Spring... Not necessarily Springwood, but like one of your, like, small rural communities in a 90s movie.
Yeah, you know, everyone knows everyone kind of thing. Small town, big ceremony happening.
And the cute girls come back into town.
Classic.
It's a very 90s looking movie. Because it's in the 90s.
Yeah. Cars.
It has
right
a look. It has a look. It looks like... Have you ever seen The Stand?
Yes.
Like the 90s The Stand?
Yeah, I've seen the 90s.
Like film stock and all the corn stuff, it looks a lot like that.
100%.
And like Children of the Corn as well. And it has a kind of vibe.
Yeah.
I think this might be set in Nebraska. I don't know. It looks like Nebraska.
It looks like Nebraska.
He says the guy who has never been to Nebraska.
I think we can safely make that assumption, though.
There's corn.
There's a lot of fucking corn.
He who walks behind the rows, he's in Nebraska.
As you can tell, not a whole lot of things happen in this movie.
Not a whole lot of things happen in Nebraska.
Got him.
Sorry, I had to. So there's this mayor's giving a speech, and then there's this guy, and he fires another guy.
Yeah.
And the guy's like tries to hit him.
Flips him off, leaves.
This
dude goes to talk to the girl who came back to town.
First, he goes to talk to the mayor.
The mayor, that's right.
And the mayor's like, "Hey, I heard you fired that kid." Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, his dad's a friend of mine. Can you unfire him? But he sucks at his job. Come on. Nah, you got to do it. Like, it's a construction, like farming. It's a construction job, I'm assuming, because he's a construction foreman. And yes, you want to give your friend's son special treatment. Cool. Can't you give him, like, some kind of cushy office job where he gets paid, can order some people around, but doesn't actually affect anything?
No, he's gotta work construction. Where a ton of things can fuck up and go wrong.
I doubt he wants to work. You just give him an office and a secretary and let him pretend he's in charge of something.
Yeah, do the old classic. I work at my dad's law firm.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Let him be Manuel Samuel or something.
Exactly.
And so he complains about the mayor to the new girl, and turns out she's the mayor's daughter.
Whoops.
And she invites him to dinner to spite her dad.
What? Wait a minute. The main character, who's a female, doesn't like her father figure, who's the mayor?
Yeah.
Fuck, I didn't see that one coming. Damn, movie really pulled one out of my eyes, let me tell you.
So they go to dinner.
Yeah, after doing some weird merry-go-round shit.
Yeah.
They go to dinner.
They go to dinner. There's Thaddeus, who I think is the cop.
I think Thaddeus is the cop, yes.
Because there's his family, like, he meets his brothers and their significant others, and there's a cop and a priest and the mayor.
Oh wait, Thaddeus might be the priest.
Thaddeus is cool, actually.
If Thaddeus is the priest, I like the priest.
I like the cop too.
Yeah, the cop was good too. Yeah, the cop was good.
It's just
too.
the mayor's an asshole.
Yeah, mayor's such a...
Oh, there's also a construction worker who's like, "Hey, you want a drink? No, you should have a drink. I mean, if you're working for my brother, you need a drink." I like it. He was cool.
About that. Yeah, he's pretty tight too.
And while this is going on, while the family's chatting and we're meeting the victims.
Yeah, I saw that really is.
There's a girl who's giving the fuck me eyes to the guy whose name I really wish I could remember.
Oh, yeah, I don't remember either. Once again, they all become victims at the end of the day, so...
I'm talking about a main character, man.
Dylan?
Yeah, I think it's Dylan.
That sounds right.
Yeah. So they're doing their thing. They're talking. They're getting to know each other. While this is going on, the asshole kid.
The one who got fired?
Yeah, he's dressed like Kurt Cobain.
Yeah, he is.
Because it's the 90s. And they just steal him and his friend steal a combine harvester and, like, plow it.
As you do.
Through a cornfield and break a plate, like a big stone tablet that's underneath the Scarecrow. So I guess this is also Rawhead Rex.
Yeah, pretty much.
And the Curse.
And the Curse.
Part 4. And Part 1.
God, fuck the Curse.
The first one was good, and the fourth one was okay.
Which one was the fourth one again?
The monastery.
Alright, yeah, fourth one was pretty good. Yeah.
The one that wasn't a snake hand. Or a evil fish monster in Christopher Lee.
Oh my god, I forgot about the evil fish monster one. Fuck.
And they're
well, guess what? They fucked up and unleashed the evil.
Earlier scene, I don't know how, but a crow landed on the Scarecrow and just kind of died. But they break the tablet. Asshole kid can't decide what his accent is. Because it shifts between sounding like this and kind of like Cletus Cassidy voice for in living in the neighborhoods. He sounds like he could be called Cletus kind of voice.
Yeah.
Shifts between that and sounding like he's from fucking Berkeley.
You are 100% correct.
So they leave. The Scarecrow gets up.
Well, one of them takes a fucking
piss at the base of the Scarecrow.
Piss at the base of the Scarecrow. He says "fuck you" and hits him with corn. That was pretty funny.
Yeah, I missed that.
Yeah, he just hits him with a bunch of corn, and the dude's like, "We gotta get the fuck out of here." And the asshole kid is like, "All right," and they leave. That's it. Then Scarecrow wakes up.
Scarecrow wakes up. The guy and the girl leave her family's house.
To do, I'm sure, only holy Christian things.
To go and drink alcohol.
Alright, I'll accept that answer too.
And because we know that because we next see them at the bar with alcohol.
Alcohols.
And they're drinking, and then asshole guy gets in Dylan's face. He first pervs on what's her name?
I also don't remember our main character.
Claire.
Claire, that's it, yeah.
Pervs on Claire.
Dylan tells him to fuck off.
And
so he does.
And Danny's like, nah, I don't want to.
But then he leaves anyway.
And he goes to hook up with Barbara.
Which is the priest's daughter, right?
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Indeed. And while this is going on, the construction worker guy, I think that's Blocker.
Yeah.
He's a farmer, actually. Farmer.
Yeah, he's a farmer.
He gets killed by the Scarecrow.
Yeah, in a pretty decent way, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. It's it's some kind of tool.
Well, he puts puts him on the wall and pushes the pitchfork in between so he can't move.
Right, it's the pitchfork impalement is this one.
Yeah, and then he turns on the fucking crop duster and then that finishes the job.
Yeah, he freaking combine harvests him, doesn't he?
So yeah. Just lets that thing go and he can't get out.
It was wonderful.
Yeah, it was really good. It was like a really good opening kill. If you don't count the bird.
Sadly, it's the high point, murder-wise.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, they're, Barbara and Danny are having sex.
Classic horror movie.
I think, and then Danny goes out to take his beer from the well.
Is that what he did?
Yeah, because they had beer down a well to keep it cold.
Right.
And while that's happening, the Scarecrow comes in and grows a seed out of his finger and sticks it in Barbara's mouth.
Oh, yes, he does. But before he does that, he also stitches up the priest's mouth in the church.
Yes, and asks where
the book is.
Where the book is. And
the book.
The alleged Hassel was written by
That's
going to
come back every single time a book is mentioned, and God bless his stupid running joke.
And it is funny you mention Evil Dead, because when he puts the seed in Barbara, what can best be described as reverse Evil Dead.
Yeah.
And I don't like that the Scarecrow has all these magical powers. Can't he just be a murdering Scarecrow without being a fucking wizard?
No, he's gotta be a wizard. He's a warlock.
A warlock.
Yeah, stitching the priest's mouth was pretty cool. I like that. That was pretty dope.
Cool. Didn't kill him, though.
Well, no, because then he goes to kill his daughter.
Yep.
Just as a fuck you, I guess.
I think he kills Danny.
Yes, but it's
after
off-screen.
Danny runs away from the vines.
Yeah.
And then
nothing really happens for a while.
It's just they blame they decide to blame the murders on Dylan.
Yeah.
And the mayor's like, "Hey, it was Dylan who did all the murdering," and the cop was like, "You really? I don't think so."
He's like, all this astounding evidence kind of points otherwise, and the mayor's like, "Dude,
yo, but we have to get him. He's a drifter." It's like,
yeah, like would I lie?
Dude,
come on,
he's been working for you as the foreman for months. What do you mean he's a drifter?
Would I lie, sir? Would I lie?
Well, you're the mayor, so yes, you're a politician.
The cop buys it anyway, because I guess they're long-term buddies, or...
Well, they're brothers.
Brothers, yeah. Yeah.
The priest shows up, and Dylan and Claire unstitch his mouth, and he tells them the story of the founding of the town and a man called Silas.
Yeah, we get the fucking Scarecrow's backstory.
When Silas Greaves finds you, there's nowhere to run. And it's not that Silas Greaves. I wish this was Kalawara as the gunslinger, but sadly not.
Also, this backstory, I just want to say, takes 8 fucking minutes of the movie. It is fucking long.
And this mafia, they establish a town, but it's not going well. So a wizard shows up. It's like, hey, I can make your crops grow real nice and make you a nice prosperous town. And they say sure, and he does it.
Yeah.
And he has orgies. Like, he's pretending to worship Satan, but he's really just an excuse to have sex.
Yeah.
And the townspeople don't like this.
So, they do what every normal township would do.
Like, they curse him and seal him in a thing, and like, just like in the I love the Mummy movie, but like, if a possibility of doing this briefly painful thing to Imhotep is going to be him coming back as a superpowered apocalypse mummy, maybe, I don't know, just cut his head off.
Or
don't do the thing that can do this.
Just don't.
Just kill him. Like, oh, we crucified him with barbed wire and did all this stuff. Hey, here's an idea. You could have just hanged him.
Yeah, shovel.
Shot him.
Shovel, real quick. Decapitation. Not hard. You had him tied up. It was easy.
Just to have him swing. You don't need to Then there's a curse and they seal him in a rock and I don't know. And they put a
seal him in a rock.
They seal him under a rock and like his spirit's there, and for some reason they leave a scarecrow there he can just possess.
Oh yeah, because see, I thought at first it was his body that they were hanging, but they say they burned it. So yeah. The fuck?
There's bones in the box underneath it.
So dumb.
Like, why couldn't it have just been an animate scarecrow brought back for, like... This, I was hoping, I was expecting, as this movie was going on, that to be, like, the family story, but the real story was actually innocent, and the guy was wronged.
Yeah.
Like, he was executed, but didn't actually do anything.
Dude just likes sleeping with women, like...
But I was hoping, like, it's a Candyman kind of situation, story-wise.
Sure.
Where, he's a murderer, and it's revenge, but it's revenge for an actual wrong that was committed to him.
Yeah.
And a lot of things, ways this could have been really good, but it doesn't do them, and it just doesn't end up working.
Yeah, that's like the whole film in a nutshell, really. Also, Candyman's pretty good. I recommend it.
Yeah. So, the guy leaves. Claire and Dylan go off to get ready to hunt to destroy the Scarecrow.
Yeah, to find the book.
That has written by the book.
Because apparently her dad has it.
Yeah. So she goes to get the book from him. While this is going on, the priest is in his kitchen, and then he leaves, and his wife has just been
knitted.
Yeah,
crocheted.
I guess I don't know what happened to her, but he gets haymakered, literally.
Yeah.
He just starts sprouting hay that eats him. Just pick up a fucking farming tool and hit someone with it. Come on. Is that so much to ask?
Yeah, and he
just
also
kills
kills Claire's
someone
dad
with a scythe. Yeah, he does.
With straw.
Yeah, he
fills him with straw.
Yeah.
I will admit, like, at first when I saw this, I thought it was kind of cool, but now saying it out loud, yeah, it is pretty stupid, isn't it?
Like, wouldn't it have been better if he, like, kills him with a scythe or something?
It would be now, yeah. He also laughs. He's like...
Yeah, that's where, like, his laugh that... is what really makes me associate him as a Power Rangers villain.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Dylan also gets fucked because the cop comes in. He's like, I know you did the murders. He's like, are you kidding me? He's upstairs, and then he finds 2 bodies. The cop's like, I guess you did it. He's like, I was locked from the inside, dumbass. How could I have done it? And the cop's like, you're right.
But I gotta arrest you anyway.
He still handcuffs him.
But I gotta arrest you anyway. Why? That's in the script.
Alright.
This is...
We gotta get to Claire's house. Yeah, we'll do. Put the handcuffs on. And
we need a cliche name for this, like a TV trope name for this, of very stupid decisions that just have to happen,
Because the script said so.
Because it just says because it's in the script.
Yeah, it's just to add tension later.
So they got a big chase with the car and the Scarecrow, and his arm gets blown off.
Sure does.
And he's trying to kill it with a sickle. And then they manage to set his bones on fire. And he gets his book back briefly.
He doesn't.
He wants to use the book, right?
Yeah, to get back his mortal body or whatever the fuck.
Yes, let him.
Yeah, true, let him.
Let him. You know why? Big Trouble in Little China. David Lopad's indestructible. They let him become human, then they just kill him with a knife.
Very true.
It's a good knife. Goodbye, Mr. Burton. Catch, throw back. It's all in the reflexes. Come on,
Yeah, just let him stop being a killer scarecrow and become human.
And then just shoot him. Why is this so hard for you people to figure out?
Oh, fuck yeah.
It's not like it would be quite as stupid as in Ghost Rider, when your pendant there doesn't work on me, Ghost Rider. I have no soul to burn. Now hold right there. We'll absorb 1,000 souls. Why? What is your plan? Yes. You can't beat me and my ground-type Pokemon, you with a Pikachu. Now, excuse me as I bring out my Squirtle to finish you off.
Yeah.
I think that's accurate. I don't really understand Pokemon.
I mean, electric is strong against water, yes.
Because looking at it, it just seems like, rock, paper, scissors, lizard, Spock?
Yeah.
Pokemon just seems like it's an even more confusing version of that.
Especially when they add types later on in the generations. There's just more shit to learn.
I remember trying to figure out the rules for watching the TV show.
Oh, you poor bastard.
And it just had reams of types, because there's because I understood the fire, lightning, the basic element types, right?
Sure, yeah.
Then the mouse type Pokemon. Okay, mouse type. The ghost type. The slime type. Okay, slime type. How many of these types are there?
Yeah, I forgot the show kind of did that, didn't it? At least in the dub. Fucking WB kids.
Then, of course, there's trying to understand the rules of Yu-Gi-Oh! From watching the show.
You remember when season 1 was just you only lose life points if you destroy a monster and you had higher attack points than it? It's what? What about direct attacks? No, that doesn't exist in this version. Okay.
Hey, I'm gonna hack Kai. This person's. Hi, I'm Kai, but I'm gonna hack this other person's Blue Eyes White Dragon, so its health points go down. Its attack goes down to 0, and yet the game's allowed to continue. I'm going to attach a skeletal mammoth to an arrow and shoot it into your Blue Eyes White Dragon so it starts to decay. What? What are the rules for that? Let me check the card effect.
The duel against Ghost Kaiba is my favorite part of season 1. I don't care what anybody says. That whole match is just pure nonsense.
You don't have a ghost of a chance.
Used in the I'll never forget, because that was used in the last time on Yu-Gi-Oh! Segment. Oh fuck, God! I need to rewatch season 1.
The whole series is available free on the Yu-Gi-Oh! Website.
Banger.
And of course, there's the best show on YouTube.
Oh, abridged.
Abridged. So the Scarecrow gets destroyed, I guess.
Yeah. They just kind of walk off.
And they all live happily ever after. Except, is the priest dead? No, the priest is dead.
Priest dies. The Scarecrow locks the door behind him and...
Is Cop dead? Sheriff, rather?
I don't know.
Did Wiggum survive?
This is hang on, this pissed me off. I'm gonna look on the movie right now, because I think he does. I guess it's implied that he does, but we don't actually see a body.
Wiggum makes it.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna say Wiggum makes it. We don't see him dead. So, fuck it.
And then this movie is over.
Thank God.
I was disappointed.
I feel like this movie like starts off pretty good, and then it just gets more disappointing as it goes on. Like that's how I felt about it. Like when you saw the crop duster shit, where he like pins the pitchfork on him and stuff, that was cool. And then just,
Now it would have been better if it was made in the 80s.
Yes.
Because if it was made in like the early to mid 80s, it would have just been a killer Scarecrow. Why is it doing it? Who gives a fuck?
Yeah, fuck you, killer Scarecrow. You're right.
Scary stories to tell in the dark. Got this figured out.
Yes.
Right?
I forgot about that. Yes. Absolutely, 100% it did.
You don't need all this extra, like, he's a wizard and shit.
No, he's very weird. I mean, I guess you could check it out if you wanted to, but...
The whole thing's on YouTube if you want.
Yeah, it is on YouTube.
It does. Let's just say it does not get the Mindbreakers seal of you must watch this.
Yeah, no, this
but,
is very...
hey, let's say if you're doing what I sometimes do on Halloween, like in October, and like try to watch a cheesy Halloween movie a day, this could easily fill a spot out of 31. It's no problem.
Yeah, like there's some enjoyable things in this film. Just as a whole, it's not like the cool thing you're expecting, you know. Mm-hmm. He does throw a scythe though, a sickle at some point. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, once. That's not really enough for it being on the cover, in my opinion.
No. Yeah, it's very. What would IMDb give it? Like a 5.3?
Yeah.
I say it's a little bit lower than that, but it's not a bad time. It's just not a very great.
Well, I mean, we've seen worse movies.
We've seen like much worse.
We've also seen better.
Well,
granted,
much better.
It's fine. It's fine.
It exists.
It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine.
It's just fine.
You just have to say that's fine, but it's not really fine.
Yeah, exactly.
But hey, this is the last day of September, so it's fitting we have a movie about harvests and scarecrows and stuff.
Look at that!
Because next episode, we're going into Halloween.
Ooh.
And what are we going to be watching for that Mindbreakers Halloween stuff? Well, let's say last year we looked at Halloweens 1 through 5.
You did.
There's more than 5 Halloween movies.
Sure is.
So, see you for that next time.
Wahoo!
Then, I've been Merrick D'Amato.
I've been Matt.
And ciao.
Ciao.